Welcome to Finding Stuff Out, the show where you send in your questions and I find out the answers. Here's the first question. Oops, sorry about that. Here's the first question. It's from... This is embarrassing. My mom's making my favorite meal tonight, lasagna. I know you can't smell it, but I can, and it's driving me crazy. Would you let me finish? Here's the first question from Youre.
Why do we have to eat?
The short answer is...
Person, dinner will be ready in 20 minutes.
Because our parents say we have to? Okay, Mom. But I guess that's not the answer that you're looking for, or the one that Sora is looking for.
How long can you go without eating?
Maybe it depends on whether it's nothing or this, a sardine sundae. Okay, I don't know why we eat or how long we can go without eating, but by the end of the show, I'll find out the answer to those questions and other stuff about food and nutrition,
Why do we have a tongue?
Well, I know that we need it for speaking, and it's useful for sealing envelopes. Speaking of tongues, that reminds me of a really fun test you can do. Try sticking out your tongue and touching your nose at the same time. If you can do it, that means you're really smart. Try it now.
These guys can do it.
Are you doing it? Were you able to do it? Here, watch me. I bet you didn't see that coming. Anyway, I checked, and besides helping us speak, lick envelopes, and make jokes, our tongue is an important part of how we and other creatures eat.
For some animals, especially ones that don't have hands, their tongues let them hang onto their food. And it works for us, too. Our tongues are covered in tiny nubbly thingies that scientists call papillae. They help us grip our food.
Some of those papillae contain taste buds, which can sense different tastes, such as sweet, salty, bitter, or sour. And that leads to our next question.
Why do girls have more taste buds than boys?
La la la, la la la. Duh, girls have more taste buds than boys do, so I can enjoy this lovely lollipop more than a boy can.
Who says girls have more taste buds? I think boys do.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, they're both wrong. There was a recent study done in Denmark. That's the country where Vikings came from long ago. And it shows that there's no real difference in the number of taste buds that boys and girls have. But there is a difference in the way boys and girls taste.
Boys and girls both taste good to me. Excuse me.
I didn't mean as in eating boys and girls. I meant how boys and girls judge taste differently than each other. Hey, what's he doing here? Get your own show.
Yeah!
Now, where was I? Oh, right.
Girls can taste both sweet and sour better than boys can. So a lemon would taste more sour to a girl, but an ice cream cone would taste sweeter.
Tasty.
Need some sweetening. Much better. And speaking of taste, here's a question from Justin.
Why does junk food taste so good?
Interesting question. Oh, the sacrifices I make for science.
Person,
Yes, Mom?
don't spoil your appetite.
Okay, Mom. How do parents know what you're thinking of doing before you even think it? That's a good question for finding stuff out. As for junk food,
The reason it tastes so good is because of all the salt, sugar, and fat they put in it. This calls for a dietitian.
she knows about the things we eat, the ones that are salty and the ones that are sweet. Here's Joelle Imon. Oh, junk food, my favorite.
And yes, it's all junk.
Why is junk food called junk food?
Junk food, well, if you think of the word junk, what comes to your mind?
Garbage or like just junk,
Something
you know?
useless,
Yeah,
right?
something useless.
Well, that's the same for junk food. It means it brings to your body nothing useful. Let's say you take that donut, for example.
Right.
A donut like this contains about 1 teaspoon of fat and 8 sugar cubes. All that plate is the amount you need in a day.
So we're only supposed to eat this much fat and sugar in a day.
Yeah, so a donut would be like a quarter of your needs in sugar. So that's a lot.
What about a muffin? It's similar to a donut in some ways. Is that healthier?
You're in for a big surprise. If it's a commercial muffin, let's say, where it's actually almost 2 donuts, sometimes more.
What?
Yeah.
That's
it's really hard to
crazy.
tell just by looking at the food. I'll make a comparison with healthy food for you.
Okay.
If you take those 7 strawberries, you have enough vitamin C that you need in a day to keep your teeth and gums healthy. You get only 2 sugar cubes.
And how much fat?
None.
No fat?
Surprise, no fat.
Wow. So potato chips are my favorite junk food. So how do those compare to the strawberries?
To get exactly the same amount of vitamin C from potato chips,
Yeah.
you would need to eat 6 small bags. They actually contain 27 teaspoons of fat and all that sugar.
That's a big bag of
It's
potato
more than
chips.
what you need in a day.
Well, I guess I should lay off the potato chips a bit then.
Yeah, that's what junk food is.
So how do kids know what is good to eat and what is bad?
The food companies, they put food labels on the package.
Right.
So you get to know how much fat and how much sugar and how much of the other nutrients that there is in the food.
Well, thanks for helping me out with all this junk food
It
stuff.
was a pleasure.
Will you come back for my great challenge?
Sure.
Well, now I know why they call it junk food. But to find out why that bad stuff tastes so good, I'm here at Novataste, where they make flavors for all kinds of food and drinks. And this is Dr. Luke Haffenden, who's a food scientist.
Hi, Harrison.
Hi, sounds like a cool job. Can you launch bacon into outer space?
Of course not, but we can make about anything taste like bacon. You can make a bacon beverage, bacon bubblegum, bacon candy, bacon cookies, even come up with a bacon perfume. Here, try this. It's bacon-flavored popcorn.
It does taste like real bacon.
So junk food has a lot of fat, sugar, and salt in it. But did you know food companies add flavors to make it taste better?
Wow, are all of these flavors?
Yes, they are. There's millions of different flavors that we can come up with because there's about 13,000 ingredients that we can use. Here, have a smell.
Root beer. Here, you can smell it too.
All flavors are made with chemicals.
Oh, this is good. This smells like bubble gum.
In natural flavors, those chemicals come from plants or animals.
This is an ingredient that's found in coffee. We actually use it to make coffee flavors, but it's interesting to know that it's also found in skunk spray.
It's terrible.
In artificial flavors, scientists make the chemicals in a lab, often from things we don't normally eat, like petroleum or wood.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
That's an onion essential oil.
That is so bad.
Food scientists are also starting to use the flavors they create to make junk foods, well, less junky for you.
That's pineapple.
We're gonna make you taste 2 grape beverages. One has a lot less sugar than the other.
Okay,
Can you tell the difference?
good. This one has less sugar.
No,
No, this one has less sugar.
absolutely.
They both tasted exactly the same.
Exactly. Here, have one.
Okay. These are good.
Well, what you're tasting here is a peanut butter and chocolate cupcake where we've actually not even used any peanuts because we're not allowed to have peanuts here. There's 50% of the cocoa that's been removed and 50% of the sugar.
Wow, because of the flavors they added, they were able to use less sugar and fat. And the cupcakes still taste yummy.
So now it's time to test out some kids with this healthy grape drink, this horribly smelly onion drink, and this weird potato chip drink that I'm making. Let's get some. Well, now it's time for the taste test. Yeah! And they'll be doing it one by one. Okay, let's try number 1 first.
Grape. Grape. Bubble gum.
Grape.
Grape. It tastes like grape.
Okay, now let's move on to number 2.
Water. 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 It's just water.
Water?
Let's move on to number 3.
It's disgusting. It tastes like fish. Weird taste.
Chicken mixed with milk.
Squished Brussels sprouts.
So, how can you explain these results?
First of all, when you look at the potato chip drink, it's not a flavor that you would typically associate with a beverage.
Yeah.
So there was no one that was expecting it, and that's more or less why people were only picking out the salt and the fatty flavors, and they couldn't really put their finger on it, or their nose. And for the second example, which was the onion drink, well, as soon as you opened up the bottle, the aroma came out and filled the room.
Right.
And since taste is 90% smell,
Okay.
your nose was saturated with that onion smell, so you couldn't really taste it properly.
Right.
As for the grape beverage,
Right.
grape tends to be one of the most popular flavors for kids.
Yeah.
So that's why, even though there was no purple color, a lot of the kids were able to pick it up properly. And it was a healthy version. And I'm glad that, just like you,
Yeah.
the kids liked it.
Yeah, well, thanks for taking me on this smelly experience.
Well, it can get smellier, so anytime.
How do we know we're hungry?
That question is just eating away at me. And that gives me a good idea for cooking up today's special.
Uh-oh. Do try this at home.
Watch the screen carefully and listen too. Ready?
Is your mouth watering? That's one of the body's ways of preparing us to eat, because the saliva helps break down our food.
But guess what? It's a trick. If you salivated, it's because the sounds and pictures triggered a pleasure center in your brain.
Dogs salivate when they see food. As an experiment, a scientist named Pavlov rang a bell every time he fed dogs in his research lab. The dogs got so used to hearing a bell ring every time they got fed that eventually Pavlov could make the dogs drool just by ringing the bell without giving them any food. That's why restaurant commercials can make us feel like we want food even when we're not hungry.
Why does my stomach grumble?
Well, Gigi, I found out that our stomachs always rumble. It's the sound of our muscles in our digestive system, contracting or squeezing. It's just that if there's food down there, it muffles the sound so you can't hear it. But if your stomach is empty,
You can hear it, but some people didn't always think we need food down there.
What is the food of the future?
the Flat Earth Corner! We, food scientists of the past, are making the food of the future. That's why I'm wearing this futuristic outfit, because by the year 2000, everybody will dress like this.
And here's what they'll be eating. Future food will be highly processed. Better in every way than silly, old-fashioned food.
Ugh, who needs apples or bananas or carrots or cereal or mangoes or bread? Ugh, that's for the garbage. In the future, who but a raccoon would want that? When we've got these food pills. Just one of these 3 times a day will supply you with all the nutrition you need. No more inconvenient toast, time-consuming cheese, or pesky vegetables. By not having to eat, you'll have lots more time to do more important things. Like your homework. Sounds good, doesn't it? Over 100 years ago, some food scientists thought that we could just take pills full of nutrients and not have to eat actual food at all. But nowadays, we know that the human body wasn't designed to just live on nutrient pills. Yum, yum. Would you like some lukewarm simulated chicken?
We have a huge digestive system inside us. We need bulk and fiber to keep our insides healthy.
Stuff like this. And anyway, food tastes good, so the food of the future will probably be a lot like the food of today. Speaking of digesting, here's a question from Priscilla.
What happens to your food after you eat it?
First of all, there's a bunch of tubes inside you that process your food. They're called intestines. They're about this big. And guess what? There's this much inside of you. And what your body does with it is incredible.
What happens to our food? Well, if it tastes good, first we chew, then we swallow. Down to our stomach, where it's hollow. Enzymes there, break it down. When they're done, it gets passed around to the small intestine, 7 meters long, takes nutrients out to make us strong. The large intestine absorbs the water, just like a giant paper blotter. And that, my peeps, is the scoop. And what we can't use turns into poop. Yeah, what we can't use turns into poop. My Great Challenge!
Today, my challengers are Genevieve
Hey.
and Kyle.
Yeah.
And I've also brought back my expert dietitian, Joelle.
Yay!
So, Genevieve, what is your favorite lunch?
My favorite lunch is green cheese sandwich, corn chip with salsa, apple juice, and chocolate cake.
And Kyle, what is your favorite lunch?
Bacon and sausage pizza with peppermint ice cream and vanilla smoothie.
So today's challenge is to guess how much lard and how much sugar is in your favorite lunches. So are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Go. Al just goes right in and grabs a handful. Hal's done. Okay, so now it's time to get your results. Genevieve, what are yours?
9 fat and 30 sugar.
Your meal actually contains 8 teaspoons of fat and about 31 sugar cubes.
So you're very
Close.
Wow.
Congratulations.
And Kyle, what are your results?
5 fat, 42 sugar.
So for this meal, it should actually be 10 fat, so it's double amount that you guessed, and 21 sugar cubes.
Looks like Genevieve was closer on this one.
Congratulations.
Genevieve might have won this round, but both of their meals were losers. Remember, this is the most fat and sugar you're supposed to have in one day. Genevieve's favorite meal by itself contains half the fat and nearly all the sugar. Kyle is not doing much better with his lunch. It contains 2/3 of the fat and sugar he needs in a single day.
Wow. Well,
It's impressive,
that
eh?
is a lot.
Kyle, how about going from this to this? Instead of your fatty and sugary lunch, you could enjoy a pizza pita pocket with veggies and cheese, a soy beverage, and half a cup of chocolate frozen yogurt.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yay.
And Genevieve, how about going from this to this? Forget all that sugar and fat and check out this makeover lunch. A grilled cheese sandwich stuffed with salsa, fruits, veggies, almonds, and even some chocolate chips with a small apple juice.
Does it look good?
Yeah.
It looks good, eh?
It looks
Now you're
amazing.
staring at it.
So next one we'll be doing is a fast food meal.
Go. Okay, Genevieve, what do you have?
Have 10 fat and 25 sugar.
Kyle, how did you do?
9 fat, 27 sugar.
It actually contains 11 teaspoons of fat and 49 sugar cubes.
Wow.
And that's why we tend to gain weight whenever we go too often to fast food restaurants. So Kyle, you were closer on the sugar and Genevieve was closer on the fat. So it's a tie for this round. All right, so next one we'll be doing is a snack. It's a yogurt strawberry granola bar and a strawberry kiwi cocktail. And go. This looks like a healthy snack, eh? What do you think?
Doesn't look bad. So, Genevieve, what do you have?
3 fat and 12 sugar.
And Kyle?
2 fat, 17 sugar.
And the winner is...
I think Kyle was a lot closer.
Kyle. It seems like a healthy meal, but it's full of sugar because it's processed food and cocktail juice. So it was 1 teaspoon of fat and 22 sugar cubes. It's almost all the sugar you need in a day. It's impressive, eh?
That's crazy. And the winner is nobody. It's a tie.
Oh, yeah.
Well, before you guys leave, I have a prize for you. We got carrots.
Yay.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Now it's time to answer the questions that started me off on this calorie-reduced but tasty quest.
How long can you go without eating? Why do we have to eat?
The big answer is... to live.
So, Yayada, we need food for our bodies to grow and repair themselves and give us energy. Without food, we just couldn't exist. And we couldn't play outside. So to answer your question, Sarah, scientists have found out that we can go without eating for 4 to 6 weeks.
Harrison, dinner's ready!
Lasagna? Yes! My favorite. Gotta go.
Hey, guess what all this stuff's for? I've decided to grill my own lunch. An egg salad sandwich with tomatoes and lettuce. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what a farmer's supposed to wear or what a farmer's supposed to use. Anyway, why am I growing my own lunch? To answer Sarah's question.
If there were no grocery stores, where would we get food?
Good question. That makes me wonder, where does food come from in the first place? Like, where would I get spaghetti from? A noodle tree? That doesn't sound right. But everything you get from the grocery stores, including junk food, like chips, donuts, or hot dogs, have to be made from stuff that was grown by a farmer somewhere. What would we do if we couldn't get food from grocery stores? Would we grow it ourselves? I'm gonna give it a try. And by the end of the show, I'll have the answer to Sarah's question. But first, Brenna has a question that takes us right back to the beginning of it all. Who invented food?
Oh, berries look delicious, but me not know if they are poison. Oh, me have idea. What animals and see which berries they eat. Oh, monkey's eating berries. He seems okay. Now me eat berries. Yummy. Berries are poisonous, but me eat too many. Tummy ache.
Ancient humans may have figured out what foods were safe to eat by watching animals and copying them. But it wasn't always the best idea, because some animals eat things that can make people sick. Then about 8,500 years ago, someone had a crazy idea to collect seeds and plant them in the ground and see if they would grow. And they did. I found out it was the very beginning of farming, and it changed everything because people didn't have to wander around looking for food. They could start villages. As people discovered how to grow new foods, they started to trade with other villages. Soon, everyone had a lot of different kinds of foods to eat. Now, for my egg salad sandwich, I'll definitely need some eggs. I just have to find some chickens. But first, here's a great chicken question from Vanessa.
Why do chickens lay different colored eggs? Because I've seen brown eggs and white eggs.
That's a tough egg to crack, Vanessa. But I have some experts who can answer your question. Please welcome chicken farmers Kate Belwick and her son, Fletcher.
Hey, Zoe, I heard you needed some egg layers for your sandwich.
You brought chickens? Hi, chickens. You don't have to eat chicken around me. This is so exciting. Get it? Exciting. So, do you often lend chickens to people?
We do. We actually rent chickens to people who want to have their own freshly laid eggs all summer.
This is awesome. Can I name them?
Yes, it's okay for you to name them. We let everyone name them.
Oh boy. I'll name that one Molly, that one Princess Pumpernickel, that one Pipsqueak, and that one Clucky. So why do chickens lay different colored eggs?
In the beginning, all eggs are white inside the chicken, and different breeds will lay down a different color or a pigment in the last few hours before they're laid.
These 3 chickens here lay brown eggs, and the chicken over there, she will lay blue eggs. But if you get a cross between the brown egg layers and the blue egg layers, you can get a green egg from them.
Green eggs? Is that where green eggs and ham come from? So are blue eggs blue inside?
Actually, no, they're all the same inside the shell.
So what do they eat?
Well, they actually eat this grain food. It's just a mix of grains all crumbled up.
So how you feed them is you just get a bit of food and you can sprinkle it on the ground. and they'll eventually eat it.
How long does it take for them to lay eggs? A couple weeks?
No, not even close. They'll all lay 1 egg a day, starting right away.
That means I'm gonna have 4 eggs today.
I hope you like omelets.
4 eggs a day? That's 28 eggs a week. And then I'll have 112 eggs a month. And then I'll have 1,344 eggs a year. That means I'll have 672 egg salad sandwiches. So many sandwiches! You're gonna make my head explode! I'm gonna have to get cracking.
I'm gonna have to get laying, bruh.
Thanks for lending me your chickens, guys. I'll take excellent care of them.
No problem, Zoe. We know you'll be an exceptional chicken handler.
Clucky, pumpernickel, such beauties. Ask a friend. Hey guys, what are your favorite foods that are made with eggs?
Eggs with toast.
Hot-boiled eggs. An egg sandwich.
Egg salad and tuna sandwich. Cake.
Omelets because they taste really good.
Pancakes.
I like an over easy with some bacon on the side.
Egg sandwich and egg salad.
Egg sandwich, but with like ketchup and broccoli. I'll try that. Now, what else do I need for my sandwich beside eggs? Oh yeah, bread. I actually got a question about bread.
Where does bread come from?
That gives me a great idea for... My Great Challenge! Today we're playing What's That Food Made From? Melissa, Kiara, your team Munch.
Yeah. Yay!
Daniele, Andrea, your team Crunch.
Yeah!
Each team will have to match up each of the familiar foods over here on the tables with the plant or animal that they're made from. Over there. Let's pull noodles to see who goes first. Okay, Munch, you guys are going first. Get matching.
So, do we take the chocolate first? Where did it go? There? Those I think sort of look like cocoa beans. Goes there.
That's right. Chocolate is made by roasting the beads from inside this weird-looking cocoa plant pod. Team Crunch, go. Team Crunch selected the popcorn, and they're matching it with the corn. And they're right. Heat up dried corn kernels, and they become popcorn.
This should go.
The cinnamon sticks.
I think it goes there.
They're matching the cinnamon sticks with the sugar cane. And that's not right.
A lollipop.
Team Crunch is matching the lollipop with the sugar cane. That's right. Lollipops are mostly made of sugar, which is made by boiling this tall grass called sugar cane.
Bread, maybe? Okay. Yeah, it goes here. Peanut butter should go in.
That's right. Peanut butter is made with peanuts, which grows underground on the roots of the peanut plant.
Cheese. I'm sure it goes with the cow. Yeah.
That was an easy one.
Cheese.
Real easy.
I think the maple syrup is from a tree. That one or that one? Okay. Maybe it's wrong, maybe it's right.
It's right. Maple syrup is made with the sap of the maple tree, which gets boiled down to become thick and sugary. Team Crunch is putting their chocolate in front of the cinnamon tree. Nope.
A lollipop. Put it there.
And Team Munch also gets the cinnamon tree wrong. Agdas, here's the answer to your question.
Where does bread come from?
Both teams put their bread in front of the wheat, and they're right. Wheat seeds are ground up to make flour, which is the main ingredient in bread.
Salt, maybe.
Ocean is salty.
Okay, put it there. I think it's wrong.
Actually, that's right. Most salt comes from ocean water.
Sea salt. Peanut butter. Where does that go? It has peanuts. Yeah. The cinnamon sticks. Oh no. We should have switched.
That's right, because cinnamon is made from the bark of the cinnamon tree.
Let's put it here. French fries. With the potato.
That's another easy one.
French fries. Popcorn. With corn because it's like popcorn.
It's the last thing.
Maple syrup, it comes from a tree, so it makes sense.
Okay, you guys are done. Team Munch, you have 8 matches out of 10.
Yeah!
And Team Crunch, you also have 8 matches out of 10.
Yeah!
So it's a tie. Thanks for playing What's That Food Made From? Now, let's not all let this go to waste. Come on. I want the car. I want the chocolate. Chocolate.
I want the pop.
Take a good look at that sandwich or at that bubble gum. Do you wonder what they're made of? Where did they come from? We can't have bread without ground up wheat. Gum used to be made with rubber from this tree. Such a chewy treat. See those fish sticks on your plate? They're made from haddock, sole, or cod. That candy floss is made with yak hair, all balled up into a wad. What? It's made of sugar? Oh! Well, if you're ever feeding and wondering what you're eating, come sing this song with me.
How was ketchup invented?
Who doesn't love ketchup? So I checked, and it's made with squished tomatoes, sugar, vinegar, and it goes with everything. But the first ketchup invented didn't taste anything like this stuff.
I found out that it was made from mushrooms, walnuts, oysters, or little fish called anchovies.
Yummy.
Luckily, a scientist named James Meese introduced tomatoes in his new ketchup recipe, and the rest is history.
We make tons of good sauces out of tomatoes, but they didn't always have such a good reputation.
Flat Earth Corner!
Behold the deadly and horrible tomato! Save yourself and your children from this stinky, poisonous devil fruit. It was brought to Europe by foolish travelers. Whatever you do, don't eat them, or you will die a horrible death. Instead, try a safe and healthy fruit, like this apple. Oh, it was Mr. Mario! Ah, the end is near! Ah! For over 200 years, people in Europe were afraid of tomatoes?
That was thanks to a British barber, surgeon, and scientist named John Gerard. He described tomatoes as stinking and being poisonous, and everyone believed him. This myth began because people ate tomatoes on plates made of a metal called pewter and got really sick. But it wasn't the tomatoes' fault. There was a poisonous chemical in the pewter called lead that seeped into the tomatoes.
It's too bad for so long Europeans were missing out. Imagine spaghetti and meatballs without the tomato sauce. It's just not the same.
Uh-oh, do try this at home.
You guys are the messiest roommates ever. Look at this place. You know, if we lived in a world without grocery stores,
You might think you could get your food directly from farmers. Well, it might not be that easy.
because a whole lot of the food we get from grocery stores comes from all around the world. So the next time you're at the store, look close at the label, and it will show you where in the world it comes from. See, this pear says it's from South Africa. That's way down here. This garlic comes from China. And these grapes were grown in Mexico. Check out your fruits and vegetables at home. See which ones are grown close to where you live.
Woohoo! Huh? Y'all ain't from around here, are ya?
Now, here's a question from Alyssa.
Can you grow food in the city?
To answer Alyssa's question, I'm meeting Nicholas Taylor, plant science manager who works at a farm.
Where's the farm? These are just big old factory buildings.
Hey, Zoe! I'm up here!
Oh, there you are! Hi, Nicholas!
Hey, welcome to Loofah Farms, the world's first commercial rooftop greenhouse.
Whoa, you really can grow food in the city. But what is your farm doing on the roof?
Good question. What happens is more and more people are filling up all the spaces around the cities and we're running out of land. What we did was rather than to have a farm outside the city, far away, where we'd have to bring the food in, we brought the farm right into the city. Now, because there's so many buildings, they decided to use areas that were not being used by the people, which is on top of the roofs. What's cool about being on top of a roof is that you capture all that sun that would normally be hitting the roof, but now it's hitting the cucumbers and helping them grow. Here's one of our Lebanese cucumbers. Want to try it?
You mean pick it off the tree?
Yeah, go for it.
Without washing it?
You don't have to. We don't use any synthetic pesticides here.
Oh, no poisonous chemicals to kill the bugs?
Cool. That's really good.
When you grow veggies really close to where the people are picking it up, you can pick it as fresh as possible. So it's super good and packed with nutrients.
So when food has to travel a long time to get here, it loses its flavor.
Absolutely.
And Nicholas tells me that when food travels far to get to us, a lot of it spoils and is wasted. And also that transporting it means burning a lot of fuel. That causes pollution.
Hey, can I help you plant something?
Want to plant some lettuce?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. So we're gonna be planting some butterhead lettuce. They're probably getting a little angry sitting in this tray because we probably should have planted them a couple days ago. So what's cool about this system is that we can grow a lot of lettuce really close together, super efficiently.
Look, a little bug. That reminds me of a question that I got from Amber.
Is bug poison on plants bad for people?
In farms, people can use a lot of bug poison in the form of pesticides. And it has been shown to be kind of rough for people, which is why most people will suggest that you always wash your fruits and veggies. But we don't use any synthetic pesticides here. So we fight bugs with bugs. Right here in front of us, we have a lot of bad guy bugs called aphids. They're eating our peppers. One aphid in about 1 day can make 10 more aphids. And then those 10 make 10, and then those 10 make another 10, and then the plant is just completely covered. So what we use to fight these bugs is more bugs.
What?
In this case,
whoa!
Ladybugs. That's right. But these guys, they're not gonna harm us. They're not interested in me at all. If anything, they're probably confused about my arm hair.
Whoa.
So they're gonna crawl around and they're gonna look for these aphids on these leaves.
It tickles.
Ladybug high five.
Go.
Are you ready?
No, I'm good. No, you're gonna squish them.
So all these guys are gonna hang out here because this is the best place in town for ladybugs.
Yeah, 'cause they eat the aphids.
It's eating one now.
That's right, but they don't just eat aphids. They eat all sorts of other little pests. They're kind of like the big boss compared to all the other bugs.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're so small.
They don't have a tough name,
Yeah.
but they're one of the toughest species we have. Hey, you want to put that out?
Sure.
That's it, perfect.
Good job, little ladybug.
This is a sweet pepper. Want to pick it?
Sure.
There you go. Vegetables you can eat the same day they were picked.
From a farm in the city, on a rooftop. Thanks, Nicholas. This is so exciting. I have fresh vegetables now, and with the eggs from the chicken, my lunch is really starting to come together. But you don't have to get someone else to grow your veggies. You can grow them yourself by planting seeds in your backyard garden or in window boxes. You can even grow new veggies from old leftovers. My friends tried it out.
The experiment! Elaine and Vivian found out that you can grow fresh vegetables from kitchen scraps like these.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and put this piece of celery in water and see what happens.
You take the bottom part from a celery bunch and sit it in some warm water in the sun.
Let's wait a couple of weeks and see what happens.
Okay. It grows new leaves. Take the sprouting celery and plant it in some earth. Try taking the seeds from inside a pepper plant. Plant them in soil and give them a little bit of water. Put your pots in the sun and wait for a couple of weeks. Look it up. You can do this with many kinds of veggies.
I can't believe this works.
I know.
So there you go. Plant your table scraps and have your own indoor mini farm. Now that's local produce.
Bye, Zoe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. These veggies have had some time to grow. And look at them now. Looks like I can add some celery to my egg salad. That means I have everything I need to make a sandwich. And I can finally answer the question that started off the show.
If there were no grocery stores, where would we get food?
The big answer is... we can grow it ourselves or buy it from local farmers. In fact, it looks like we'll be doing this more and more in the future. Growing food close to home can help avoid some big problems, like waste, poisonous pesticides, and air pollution. Plus, the food is healthier and tastes way better. That rooftop farm I visited is just one amazing way to grow food in the city. There are kids planting gardens in their school yards, and community food gardens are popping up all over the place. People have even turned swimming pools into fish farms. It's amazing what you can grow if you get creative. Now all I have to do is make my sandwich. Well, I forgot to grow wheat to make bread. Good thing my mom picked up a loaf of bread from the local farmer's market. That still kind of counts, right? This is the best home-grown sandwich I've ever eaten. Princess Pumpernickel, Clucky, your eggs are delicious. Great job, guys.
Thanks, Zoe.
I'm having a party later today. My friend Erica and I share the same birthday, so we're having a double birthday party. But first, I'm going to Erica's house to bake the most awesome cake ever. And maybe even do more because of this question from Maya.
What type of experiments can you do in your kitchen?
Well, Maya, I definitely think baking is an experiment. Especially if you're making something for your first time. This was supposed to be a fluffy cake, but I ended up with this mess. But I'll get the answer to your question by the end of the show. And plus, Erica is a winner of a TV cooking show, so our experiment is going to be awesome. Hi, Erica.
Hi, Zoe.
Look what I brought.
Cool. Thanks.
Hey, Erica, do you think cooking is like an experiment?
Cooking is exactly like an experiment. You follow a recipe and see regular ingredients transform into something totally different. So first we're gonna start with the sugar, so you can add this to the flour.
Okay. Our tasty experiment uses dry ingredients like baking soda and baking powder.
Wow.
Then the wet stuff. Good?
Yeah.
Put it all together and mix it up.
So now we have to add the thing that makes this normal vanilla cake a funfetti cake. So the sprinkles.
It looks so fun. This is gonna be one tasty cake. Once it turns into a cake, that is. Which reminds me of a question I got from Adriana.
What makes a cake rise?
It says magic on the box, but it's not really magic powder, right?
No, it's not magic, it's science. It works with the baking soda to create little bubbles of gas.
Cool. Both baking powder and baking soda create a cool chemical reaction. It's kind of like when you mix baking soda and vinegar. Watch that chemistry in action.
It creates little bubbles of gas. That's what makes our cake rise. Once we add the baking soda to the cake mix, we have to put it in the oven right away.
That reminds me of an experiment my friends did. It uses baking soda too.
The experiment!
Hi, Raphael and Amber.
Hi, Zoe.
So, what are you cooking up in your experiment?
It's a secret.
We mix baking soda and water in a bowl.
Now we could draw something on the paper.
Are you guys sure about this experiment? I don't see anything.
You're not supposed to.
Not yet.
Oh, I see. It's like invisible ink.
Yes.
We just have to let it dry. Now we paint lemon juice over our paper.
The lemon is acidic and it reacts to the baking soda.
And it makes our invisible ink appear.
Oh yeah, this is pretty cool. I see it now.
Happy birthday, Zoe!
That chemical reaction was kind of like the way baking soda reacts with the acidity in our cake mix. It was important to add the right amount of baking soda and baking powder to our cake, or else it wouldn't rise properly.
When my family and I cook, if we make a mistake, we can usually turn it into something anyways and make it work. Like one time, we turned spaghetti sauce failure into tomato soup.
Cooking is like an art, but baking, it's super precise, like a science.
Hang on. I feel an experiment. Yes, a musical experiment.
I'm a cook. I'm a baker. Secret spices in my shaker. I can bake an awesome caker. A pinch of pepper, a dash of salt. I must measure without a fault. Forgot the meat, no need to worry. No baking soda, I'm going blurry. Instead, I made a Zoe surprise. Ha! But my souffle, it just won't rise. They say that cooking is an art. Baking's like science, just look at my chart. I use any ingredients I have on hand. Hey, I can do this cool handstand. But together we can make a delicious meal. Okay, my friend, you got a deal. You got a deal. You got a deal. You got a deal.
Well, thanks, Erica. I can't wait to taste the cake later.
I'm making dough for my mini party pizzas. I hope this experiment works too. Check this out. I let this dough sit for a few hours, and now it's double the size of this one. It's because I put yeast in the dough, and yeast makes things like pizza dough and bread rise. But I'm kind of wondering the same thing as Max.
If yeast expands in bread, can it expand in your body?
Me big, me full of yeast. That's scary, but I know someone who can answer the question. He's got all the info on how yeast makes things grow. Please welcome my very special guest, Shakib Rahman.
Hi, Zoe.
Shakib.
I ate bread with way too much yeast in it.
Wait, what?
Kidding!
So, Shakib, what exactly is yeast?
It's a living thing, like a plant or an animal. Yeast is a kind of fungus that eats sugar and starch. When it's activated by heat, the yeast eats the sugar and basically farts out carbon dioxide gas. That's what creates the little pockets of air in the dough that make it expand. But the yeast eventually dies from the heat of baking. Also, the acid in our stomach is so strong that it ends up killing the yeast before it can fart out any carbon dioxide. That's why if you eat any bread, you don't get all gassy afterwards.
Phew. But what's the difference between yeast and baking soda we use in our cakes?
Baking soda produces a chemical reaction. It's very, very fast.
Oh, so that's why Erica said to put the cake batter in the oven right away after we added the baking soda.
Yeah, that's right. You had to get those air bubbles trapped in the cake before they escaped. Yeast, unlike baking soda, is a living thing. It produces its carbon dioxide very, very slowly.
So that's why my pizza dough didn't rise so fast.
Exactly. Do you want to try another experiment where we can make some chemicals rise?
Yeah.
I've got exploding elephant toothpaste here.
Cool.
We're using chemicals, and this experiment is going to create a lot of heat.
Safety goggles, safety gloves, check.
The first thing I'm gonna do is add some hydrogen peroxide in. So you have to be very careful with this stuff, which is why we have our safety gear on. Excellent. Do you want to add the dish soap for me, Zoe?
1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna add blue food coloring here. Now you've got to add the last ingredient, Special Chemical X potassium iodide.
Whoa!
Can you see all the steam coming out of there, Zoe?
Yeah, I do.
Our hydrogen peroxide turned into water, which turned into steam because of all of the heat we're generating, and it also turned into oxygen. And our oxygen got trapped by all of the dish soap, which is why we have all of this nice foamy mess here.
That's so cool. It really does look like a giant tube of toothpaste that an elephant would use.
That's right, but don't try this at home without an adult's help.
That reminds me of another question I got from Leah.
What's an easy experiment I can make in my kitchen to make things puff up?
Well, Leah, some of my friends did a little bit of experimenting.
The experiment!
Hi, Adriana. Hi, Jonah.
Hi.
Are you going to amaze me with a Puffy experiment?
Yeah, we will. We have our bottle ready for the experiment. I'm gonna put the funnel in.
And then I'm gonna put some baking soda inside of the bottle.
Just gotta make sure it all goes down.
Next, I'm gonna put some vinegar in the bottle.
I gotta be ready with the glove because I gotta get it on super quick.
Check that out. It's like a ghost hand.
A ghost hand? Cool! The chemical reaction between the baking soda and the vinegar created bubbles of carbon dioxide gas that are blowing up the glove. Let's compare with the next experiment. This one uses yeast with sugar and water.
Let's begin. Put the funnel in. Now we do the water. Next, I'm going to add the sugar. Now I'm going to add the yeast. And now, shake it. Now let's get the balloon on.
Nothing's puffing up yet. This experiment with yeast is much slower.
Now we wait.
Wow, it's just like when yeast farts out gas and makes bread puff up.
The yeast is eating up all the sugar, and it keeps farting out gas.
It took 10 minutes to puff up, but it was worth the wait. Thanks for the cool experiments.
Bye, Zoe.
If I waited for yeast to blow up all my party balloons, I would have to wait a while. I'm gonna turn this place into Party Central. Hey, speaking of transforming something, Leah had another question about experiments you can do in your kitchen.
Could you turn food into something completely different?
Great question, Leah. Shakib has a magic experiment up his sleeve. Go ahead, Shakib.
That's right, Zoe. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some potatoes and turn them into a really cool experiment. The first thing I had to do was I had to take my potatoes, cut them up, and then boil them in water, and then get rid of the water, so I ended up with my potato starch. Now, if you don't have an adult to help you, you can just go to the store and get potato starch from there. The next thing we have to do is take this potato starch, combine it with some tonic water. Mixing a little bit of this tonic water with the potato starch will give us the start of our cool experiment. Now, because this is a little bit messy, I'm gonna put on some gloves and mix this all together. It does this weird thing. It starts to form a solid. But that solid, when I let go of it, starts to flow like a liquid. This is something we call a non-Newtonian fluid. If I squeeze it hard again, you can see that it forms a solid, but by letting go of the pressure, we get a nice liquid that starts to flow again. Here's the magic part. If I turn off the light, something really cool happens. Using a black light, which gives off ultraviolet light, you can see that our potato goo now glows in the dark. The reason for that is the tonic water that we added earlier has a special chemical in it. It's called quinine. Quinine is something that glows when you put it in ultraviolet light. And that's our magic mud experiment.
Wow, that magic mud can't decide if it wants to be solid or liquid. It's crazy it could be both. And that gives me an idea for...
My Great Challenge!
On Team Solid, we have Daniel and Lex.
Whoa!
And on Team Liquid, we have Veronica and Fabiola. In today's challenge, you're actually gonna be both liquid and solid. Well, the magic mud you're going to be using is both. In each pot, I filled it with a bunch of items that have to do with cake. The team with the most items at the end of the challenge wins. Go! It's a pretty sticky challenge. Team Liquid has 2. Team Solid has 1 right now. Team Liquid is in the lead at 3. Team Solid has 2. Oh, Team Solid's catching up.
I got 1.
Team Liquid has 5. Team Solid has 4. 5. Team Liquid has 6. Oh! Team Solid has to keep digging if they want to catch up. They're trying to go fast, but it doesn't work because that magic mud gets really hard. Team Solid has 8. Team Solid's in the lead right now, guys. And they're at 9. Go, go, go. Oh, Team Liquid back on top.
That was fast.
There we go. Okay, time's up. You guys have 12, and Team Solid, you guys have 11. So that means we have a winner. Team Liquid, you win. Good job, guys.
Good job, guys.
Thanks. So what was the stickiest part?
The magic mud. Because you think you have an object, but you really don't.
The stickiest part is that I can't get my hands out.
Well, thanks, guys, for being on my show.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Do I bring this box with me? It's stuck
If you have to.
It's stuck to me like cement.
That was awesome. And it made me dream about birthday cake and a big glass of... Oh, wee! This milk went bad. Ugh. It's like it's an experiment on its own. Ugh. That reminds me of a question I got from Anastasia.
Why does the milk get disgusting and chunky when you leave it on the counter for a long time?
She'll tell us why it gets lumpy, because bad milk sure makes us grumpy. Please welcome bacteria investigator Maya Hay.
Hey, Zoe.
Hi, Maya.
I brought you some food.
Food.
Yum. Do you see how the food is starting to change color and that there's some slime and fuzz developing on top?
Yeah.
That's because the food is starting to break down from bacteria. And the same thing happens with the milk. When milk breaks down, it gets clumpy like this.
That's gross.
Bacteria is in all foods. It's everywhere, actually, so this is totally normal. The bacteria take the natural sugars that are in milk and they make waste. But that bacteria poop is really acidic, and that reacts with the milk. When the milk starts to break down, it starts to get clumpy, and it curdles, just like that. Now, check this out. I have some of this bacteria that I grew on a Petri plate. Do you see any on this?
No.
That's because I only put it on this morning, so they haven't had a chance to grow yet. But check this out. Do you see any there?
Yeah.
So, how many do you think are in that Petri plate?
500?
Keep going.
10,000?
Keep going.
A million?
There are billions in this tiny Petri plate.
Billions? That's like the entire population of the world! Imagine that in a glass of milk!
You're gonna make my head explode!
Slow your roll, bacteria. I found out there's a way to do that. Bacteria move a lot more slowly in a cold place, so they don't multiply into billions as fast. That's why keeping milk and food in the fridge makes it last longer.
There's another way to preserve milk, and that's to use the help of bacteria. Here's what we're gonna do. This is some milk. And then what I want you to do is add this starter culture. It's basically a special mix of bacteria. I want you to add 2 tablespoons to it.
So these are good bacteria, not the kind that can make you sick?
Exactly.
2.
Great, now give it a mix.
What happens when we mix it?
So what mixing it does is it introduces the bacteria to all of those sugars, and then when you wait 12 to 18 hours later, it's gonna turn into yogurt like this.
That's crazy. So how does it do that?
It's called fermentation. Basically, the bacteria took the milk sugars and made it into an acid, and that acid reacted with the milk, and it thickened it just like this. Do you wanna try?
Yeah. Thanks. Now that's delicious. Thanks, Maya.
You're welcome.
It's pretty amazing there's good bacteria that we can use to make food, and then there's bad bacteria that can make us sick. There was a time when people weren't so sure what caused sickness.
Flat Earth Corner!
The evil wind is blowing. I must not breathe in the vapor. It will strike me down with the deadly cholera, poisonous wind, and disgusting smell. Why must you curse us with your evil stink? I cannot catch the disease. I must not breathe in the wind. getting a deadly disease from the wind? About 200 years ago, that's what people thought.
In 19th century England, there was a huge outbreak of a deadly disease called cholera. A whole lot of people died from it because it couldn't be controlled. Back then, they thought it was caused by mysterious clouds of air filled with bits of rotting things and smelling gases. But a doctor named John Snow found something out. He discovered that city drinking water from some of the pumps were dirty and infected. They didn't have good sewers like we have today. So it wasn't because of something they were breathing, it was because of something they were drinking.
I'm glad we know so much about bacteria today. I'm also glad I didn't drink that spoiled milk before. Oh yeah, party time is getting closer. My friends and I love chicken wings, so these will be a big hit. Oh, that reminds me.
Uh-oh, do try this at home.
I put this chicken bone in some vinegar about a week ago. Check this out. You have to rinse it off and watch. A rubber chicken bone! The vinegar dissolves a mineral called calcium, which is what makes bones hard. Without the calcium, what's left is just this soft bone. Hi, guys! Hi! Wow, our cake looks delicious. It was definitely a successful experiment. I think I'm ready to answer the question that started off the show.
What type of experiments can you do in your kitchen?
Well, Maya, big answer is, drum roll please. There is no limit.
Today, we did experiments that used all different kinds of science, like chemistry, physics, and biology. Using kitchen ingredients, some of them were even good to eat. You can do tons of kitchen experiments with really basic stuff.
The kitchen is our lab, and we're the scientists. But here's my favorite kitchen experiment. Let's find out if the cake is delicious. Yeah! This is good. I love experiments.
Now presenting my sister's favorite stuff from the show. Hi, welcome to Finding Stuff Out. Today's show might be a little weird. My sister got into my computer, and she had a bunch of her own ideas about how to do today's show. She put together a bunch of her favorite clips. And she decorated them. She says she likes science because it's weird and surprising. I don't think it's weird, do you? Ew. Disgusting, maybe, but not weird. People did used to believe a lot of weird things, though. There's a big bump. 200 years ago, scientists thought certain areas of the brain made people criminals. And by measuring bumps and dips on people's heads, they could tell if someone had a criminal brain.
Aha! Obviously guilty.
Another thing they believed was that black cats were witches. Black cats aren't really black cats. They're witches who turn themselves into cats. That's right, witch. I know you're in there. And some even thought mermaids existed.
I saw a mermaid on me last voyage. She had silky brown hair and a tail like a fish. She looked just like this. Oh, a girl like a fish is every sailor's wish. A girl with a tail who can swim like a whale.
Those guys are wrong, but my sister may have a point. Some things in nature really are weird, like this.
What do reptiles eat?
Reptiles can eat bugs, fish, and small animals. Oh, and snakes can eat big animals like deer. Wait, what? How is it possible? A deer is this big, and a snake's mouth is only that big. How can a snake even do it? How does his mouth not rip open, or his head not explode? And, uh-oh, my head's starting to overload! Ah! You're gonna make my head explode! I think my head would explode if I tried to eat something that big.
Well, actually, when snakes eat, they dislocate the back of their jaws like this so that they can swallow things larger than their heads.
Yeah, that is weird. If you were a snake, you could eat a whole watermelon in one bite.
You know what else is kind of weird? How astronauts float around in space. I mean, imagine being in space where you can't walk or run. Here's a question about that.
How do astronauts train for zero gravity?
To find out, I got advice from a real astronaut in training, Jeremy Hansen. Jeremy trains in a swimming pool, but he also trains way up in the sky.
Well, we have this really cool airplane, and you get in this airplane and it flies up into the sky, and then you're just sitting on the floor, and it does this roller coaster motion, goes down like this, and while it's diving down, you're in zero gravity. You're floating just like you're in space, and it is a ton of fun. You can fly all over the airplane, you can do flips, you can tackle your buddies. It's just a really great time, but most importantly, you get to experience what it's going to be like when you're in space.
I challenge kids to take a spacewalk of their own.
This special swing makes our challengers float around, sort of like in zero gravity. Their job is to screw energy cells onto a satellite. Yes! Oh, there, he almost has it. He just has to get it in. Oh, she almost missed it, though.
Oh, she has.
Wow, she's going really fast. And does she have number 2?
Yes.
Yeah, she has it. I even got some training myself on a simulator at the Canadian Space Agency. I have to move the Canada arm so that the end locks onto the pin on the shuttle. Then the arm can dock to the space station.
Wow, I think I'm gonna be good at this because of the years of experience of video games I have.
Well, let's see.
There we go.
Very good.
Move it up, okay. Wow. Are astronauts normally good at this?
Well, some of them are. The ones that used to be fighter pilots tend to be really good. But then there's some that are doctors and scientists and really never had time to play video games. So you might actually be better than them.
Whoa. Hopefully. Getting close. Whoa, okay, I'm almost there.
You're doing really well. You're getting closer.
Whoa.
Standing by for grapple confirmation, robotic arm finishing closing in.
Now. Did it work? Did I get, yeah.
Dragon confirmed in place and docked to the International Space Station at the Harmony node.
This is awesome. It was fun training like an astronaut, even if being in space would feel weird. But sometimes science isn't weird, but the way you test it is.
Why do we need sunscreen?
The experiment!
To find out why we need to use sunscreen, I've come to the sunniest place I know, the beach.
Harrison, I've got something really neat to help us with our experiment.
A pizza! All right!
Can you answer that question with pizza? No, but you can with Frisbees.
Yeah, these are really cool Frisbees. They're designed to change color from white to purple when they get exposed to the UV rays from the sun. So very similar to the Frisbee, when we're outside, our skin contains cells called melanocytes, and they release little pockets of pigment that are designed to protect the rest of our skin. Very similar to opening an umbrella.
Whoa.
Hi there, melanocytes.
Uh-oh, here comes the sun. Quick, we need protection. Open your pigment umbrellas.
The pigment umbrellas do protect us for a little while. But if we stay out in the sun too long, they can't keep up, and we get sunburns.
Oh, but it didn't change color when it hit the sun this time.
Now, these are exactly the same Frisbees, but earlier at the hospital, I covered this one with an SPF of sunscreen of 45.
Right, so that's why it didn't change color. It's because it has the sunblock on it, right?
That's correct.
Except for, like, the few spots that you missed.
I did miss a few spots. When we put our sunscreen on, we have to cover all of the areas. Otherwise, you'll get a burn in those spots.
Right.
So I think we're ready to go.
Nice. Let's play some Frisbee.
All right.
Ah, I feel so safe at the beach since you put sunblock on me.
I didn't put sunblock on you.
If you didn't, who did? Save me!
I can't. He's too scaly. That was definitely a weird experiment. Here's another one. I'm going to see if I can grow my own rocks the same way they grow in a cave. I have 2 jars of water here in which I am dissolving Epsom salts. Then I'm taking this string with 2 weights attached to each end so that it'll sink to the bottom of each jar. Then I'm gonna slide this plate underneath and wait. As you can see, a week later, I've grown some stalactites and the start of some stalagmites. Pretty cool. I'm glad my sister liked it too. But this experiment was my favorite. How to break a karate board with just your hand. Can you do more? Whoa.
3 boards, please.
3 boards. It's sort of amazing how you can break boards with your hand, but there's a scientific explanation. The pine wood that Henry broke has seams, sort of like the paper towels Elvie showed me. Those are its weak spots. Our hand bones are stronger, and the flesh around them cushions the blow. Sort of like the way marshmallows and sponges protected our challengers' eggs. So, when a karate master hits the wood's weak spot with just the right speed and power, the wood breaks. But it takes a lot of training. I think I'm ready.
Good.
I can break a plank, right?
Yeah. Bring the special plank, please.
Oh, a baguette. Okay. I did it!
Nice.
Thanks for helping me find stuff out. I know it was only a baguette that I broke, but you have to start somewhere. Hi-ya! My sister likes this next clip even better, because I had to do something kind of gross.
What's that right there, Harrison?
Whoa, that's a huge poop. Has to be something big, like maybe a bear.
You got it. That's a bear poop. It's not even a big bear poop. They can be huge.
Well, I guess I should put my mask on.
Go for it, Harrison.
Let's
Pick it up.
This poop. Which piece should I grab?
Oh, get as much as you can.
Oh, it's all warm. Oh, this is so gross.
Oh, perfect.
Got
I'll
it.
take that from you.
Yeah, you can take care of that.
Can't wait to see what this guy's been eating. Put it in there.
Keep it safe.
Safe. We'll find one more, huh?
One more. Let's go find some poop.
Let's go looking.
Right there, more poop.
Oh, look at that one. That's a beauty.
You can pick it up this time. You're the pro.
Okay, that's a coyote poop. I'm sure of it. But we'll go take it back to the lab, have a closer look.
Awesome.
Away we go.
Let's go.
So let's start with the coyote. It's kind of the biggest bones and obvious here. Anytime you look at a bone like that, it's pretty hard to tell where that's from, what kind of animal. But
Yeah.
the best thing is if you can happen to find some teeth.
Oh, there's a couple right there.
Look at those teeth right there, huh?
So we'll be able to tell what he's eating.
Yeah, the teeth are a lot more characteristic of which mammal it's from. I think that must be from a squirrel.
So now we know the coyote's been eating squirrels.
You've got it.
So I guess analyzing poop like this is pretty important.
It really is. It tells you a lot about an animal. It tells you what they eat, their health, are they in good condition or bad. It can even tell you whether they're endangered or not. So you really learn a lot.
Wow. Well, thanks so much for helping me find stuff out.
It's great. It's a pleasure to meet you, Harrison.
I put challengers to the same test. My great challenge! Today, your challenge is to figure out what kind of animals that this poop belongs to. It's either gonna be a herbivore, an animal that eats plants, a carnivore, an animal that eats meat, or an omnivore, that's an animal that eats both.
Oh, but it's not real poop. It's my poop. I mean, poop that I made.
To make my fake poop, I mix some water, brown food coloring, vegetable oil, salt, and flour. Just stir the whole thing, then squish it with your hands until it looks like really nice poop.
Oh well, let's go, Joe. Oh, I see something, Oh, it's a bone. What about this type of? Hey, this one looks like whiskers. Must have ate a bunny or a cat. Carnivore.
That's right. That fake poop is supposed to be wolf poop.
What?
And wolves are carnivores. Go.
Oh, this one. Oh, this is disgusting. Ew.
Are those fish bones?
Ew.
Oh. Look. Oh. A cranberry or something? It's a fruit. Omnivore?
That's right. It's fake bear poop.
Oh.
Bears eat lots of different kinds of food, including berries and fish. So I put that in my fake bear poop. Ready? Go.
Oh. I got something. Enjoy. We're going on something. Oh, piece of grass. Herbivore.
That's also right.
Oh, wow.
For 3.
Oh, Joey!
This fake poop is supposed to look like horse poop. It really does. Yeah. Here we go.
What is this? I don't know. Is that a bug? I see nuts. An omnivore?
Yes, it's an omnivore. And it's fake raccoon poop.
Oh, okay, that's disgusting.
Raccoons eat all kinds of weird things, including what is in our garbage cans. In this fake poop, there's a mix of seeds, nuts, and crickets. Okay, so the winner is Team 1!
Yeah!
And Team 2!
Yeah!
It's a tie!
Oh, wow!
And here's another surprisingly stinky question.
Do fart-powered engines exist?
Well, Luca, I couldn't find an engine that runs specifically on, you know. First of all, I'm not sure how exactly you'd get them into the engine. Fill her up! But actually, your question isn't as silly as it sounds. I found out that farts have 2 gases in them, hydrogen and methane. And just like gasoline, those gases can be set on fire inside an engine to make an explosion to power a car. And guess what? There really are engines that run on both of those gases. This is a Volkswagen Beetle that runs on human poop that's been converted to methane gas and stored in these tanks. Just like the methane gas in... And this car runs on hydrogen. Also a gas that's found in... So, Luca, you could say, yes, fart-powered engines do exist. I guess my sister has a point about science being weird.
Why don't people have wild animals as their pets?
Well, Stuart here, my American alligator, actually used to be somebody's pet. And he was a baby alligator that got too big.
Its owner must have been some evil villain who wanted to guard his lair. Who was he?
As a matter of fact, he was a teenager.
Yikes! Did Stuart eat him?
No, Stuart started like one of our little alligators.
Aw, look at the little guy.
A year and a half later, he just got too big for the teenager and was given to us at the zoo.
Does it happen often that people have to get rid of wild pets?
It happens a fair bit, but unfortunately, there's not a lot of facilities like this, and many animals like Stuart end up being released on the side of the road, in parks, and even in ecosystems where they're not supposed to be.
What happens to them?
Sadly, a lot of them end up passing away and not surviving, but in some cases, they actually end up in ecosystems where they don't belong, and they do survive, and they start to breed. Either case is terrible for the ecosystem and for the animals that are there.
Thanks for your help, Little Ray.
Hey, thanks, Harrison. Have a great day.
Goodbye, Stuart. Please don't eat Little Ray. Can you imagine having a big, scary reptile like that in your house, creeping up on you? Did I fool you? Well, reptiles aren't scary, fire-breathing monsters at all. I thought you were a nice reptile.
Just kidding. But speaking of things that creep up on you.
Can robots be dangerous and attack us?
Destroy mankind. Destroy mankind.
Apparently, yes, but only in movies. I met all kinds of surprising robots on my show, and some thought they were smarter than me.
Ask me any question.
Who invented the first robot?
Leonardo da Vinci invented the first humanoid robot 518 years ago.
Well, what about this? What's 2,048 billion divided by 512 billion?
The answer is 4.
How can he know all this stuff? You know what else is helpful, but also sort of weird? The way detectives can tell who you are by tiny things like your fingerprints or by your spit.
How do investigators detect DNA?
I found out that DNA is sort of like the recipe of who we are. It's everywhere in our bodies, and every person's DNA is different. So when detectives find a piece of hair or skin or even saliva at the scene of a crime, they can often find out who it belongs to, and that helps them catch the bad guys.
In the case of your sandwich, we're gonna try to pick up spit on the bite mark.
Right, and why are we wearing these gloves and masks?
Well, we want to make sure we don't contaminate the sandwich with our own DNA.
Well, then let's find some DNA on this sandwich.
Okay, so what I want you to do is just take the swab, hold the plastic part here.
Okay.
Just take a swab of
Around
the
where
bite
this
mark.
bite?
Yeah.
So just like
So
that?
we're gonna try to pick up spit like that. Close the tip.
Just like
Okay.
that.
Down.
Put it in this
Yeah.
bag? Cool.
And first.
Now we'll
and
send
seal.
it off.
Send it off to the crime lab.
Nice. Here's something I didn't believe at first. I thought people were making it up, but it's true.
Why do geckos lose their tails?
Geckos can lose their tails, but it's not because they forget where they put it.
A gecko has a long, easy-to-catch tail. But if a predator chomps it, the gecko can just drop his tail and run away.
Run! Save yourself! But I can't just leave you here. Don't worry about me!
The tail still wiggles for a while on its own, so the predator doesn't realize the gecko escaped. It's really stressful for a gecko to lose its tail, and it gets bullied by other geckos. So never pick up a gecko by its tail, because it could get scared and the tail could fall off. Yeah, you want to keep your tail, don't you? Oh. Well, I guess my sister was right. Science is weird and surprising, but that's what makes it fun. I like the clip she picked for today's show, but normally I try really hard to be serious and at least more serious than that. And so do all my scientific guests. See you next time for more Finding Stuff Out. Welcome to the deepest and darkest jungle. Welcome to Finding Stuff Out, the show where you send in your questions and I find out the answers. I hope you don't think I did that on purpose, do you? Because I kind of just lost control of that vine. I asked the plant that question because of one of your questions. Do plants think? I don't know. This plant could be thinking something about me right now. Or not. But by the end of the show, I'll find out the answer to that. And all your other questions about plants, like...
Why do flowers smell so good?
Why do flowers smell good? Do you know? Maybe you're just thinking of it and just can't say it. What about your friend over here? Feed me. Did you just say feed me? That's not the answer to the question. So I did some research and made this cartoon. Flowers smell good to attract insects. They need their insects to pollinate them. That means taking the powdery stuff called pollen from one flower and moving it to the next. Flowers need pollen to make seeds to make new flowers. But guess what? There's a lot of plants competing for the insect's attention by smelling good. So not all plants attract pollinator insects by smelling nice. Instead, they smell like rotting meat.
I stink, yeah.
That attracts insects like flies and beetles that prefer rotting meat to eat or lay their eggs in.
It's almost like they're thinking about smelling good or thinking about stinking. But not all plants want the attention, like this prickly cactus. Listen to this next question from Darius.
Why is there poison ivy?
I don't know why there's poison ivy. I just wish there wasn't any. But if you're wondering why poison ivy gives us a painful rash, it's because we have an allergic reaction to it. But guess what?
Raccoons and birds eat the berries from poison ivy, and deer eat its leaves, and it doesn't hurt them.
But in this case, it just seems to be bad luck for people.
Lots of animals eat plants, so plants have found ways to protect themselves, like with thorns or sticky surfaces. Some, when animals bite them, release stuff that tastes bad. Other plants even make chemicals that attract other insects that will attack the bugs that's eating them.
I wonder. Seems like plants are thinking. Anyway, some plants survive even though they're yummy, as I'm reminded by this question from Emily.
Why does fruit taste good?
Because it's got lots of sugar in it. But if all those other plants learn to survive by being prickly or tasting bad or even being poisonous, then why does fruit taste so good? That won't stop anything from eating it. I checked, and here's why.
Birds love to eat fruit, just like these birds. Look at them go! But why would any self-respecting plant let itself get eaten up like that? Those birds are eating that fruit, seeds and all.
Turns out plants might think that's a good deal for them. If they think that is.
Birds can't digest the seeds in the fruit, so they poop them out. That spreads the seed far and wide. So there's a better chance that some of the seeds will land in some good spots where they can grow. So when birds eat fruit plants, they help create more fruit plants.
How do trees make paper?
I checked, and it's hard to believe, but this starts with this.
In the forest, loggers cut down the trees, then send them to the paper plant, where machines grind them up into wood chips. The chips are mixed with water and chemicals to make pulp, which is sort of like wood soup. Then, the liquid is drained out and the wood fibers are pressed together to make paper.
It takes a whole tree to make about this many packages of paper. So that's why I reuse and recycle. Next question.
How do we make clothes with cotton?
To find your answer, Mateo, please welcome my special guest, Colette Simon.
Hi, Harrison. Here's your answer.
Hey, I don't know if this will fit, but I'll give it a try. Totally fits. So I thought you were gonna show me how plants can make clothing, not cotton candy.
Well, it's not actually cotton candy. It's cotton fiber. When you pick it from the plant,
right,
it looks like this. And then you have to pull all of that fiber off of the plant. And in order to make thread out of that, you have to card the lint. And you use these. They're called cotton carders.
Yeah.
So you put the fiber onto the
Oh,
carder.
wow, it comes off really easily.
Yeah. And
Right.
then you take the second one, and then you're just gently brushing it.
Right.
And what that does is make it fluffy
Yeah.
and easy to spin. You could use a little spindle like this.
Right.
I'm just going to take some of the fiber, and I just hook it on. Then you just start turning the spindle, just like that, and then you pull out some more fiber.
Whoa, and it just
Okay.
makes like string.
And it's just going to make string, just like that. And when you get really good, then you can go really, really fast.
Oh,
You
wow.
want to try it?
Sure.
It takes a lot of practice.
It's hard. It's hard to do.
And as you get really, really good, then you can make actual thread like this.
Whoa.
You can actually make clothes from that.
Wow, that's a lot.
So in a mill where they make cotton thread,
Right.
they have big machines.
Yeah, and that
Okay.
makes it the job really fast.
Much, much faster.
So what kind of other plants can we turn into clothes?
Well, you can turn bamboo into clothes.
That wouldn't be very comfortable, would it?
Well, actually, it's really soft, and you can make all kinds of things out of it, like underwear. You can also make cloth out of wood. They ground it up and they make it into a pulp, and that's how you get rayon.
So you'd be wearing a tree.
You'd be wearing a tree, but this is from rayon, and you can feel it's really comfortable also.
Oh, wow. Wow, I never would have guessed that this can be made from a tree. That's so cool. Thanks for being on my show.
Thank you, it was my pleasure.
I found out that people use plants for all kinds of other things.
You might know that we use wheat to make pasta and bread. But did you know that seaweed is used to make ice cream thick? Or that this rubber ball is made from a plant? So is this rope, or these gloves. And a lot of medicines start out as a plant. Fuels made of corn help power our cars.
And some car companies are experimenting with making body panels for cars out of plants. That's crazy. Imagine me driving my own corn-powered cucumber. There's one other thing that plants make that we couldn't live without for even 5 minutes. Can you guess what it is? Oxygen. Plants like this take carbon dioxide. That's the stuff we breathe out. And turn it into the stuff we breathe in. Now I think it's time to go outside for some fresh air.
Street smarts.
So if you could be any plant in the world, what would you be and why?
I would be a fir tree because it has little fluff balls that I really like and they're really soft. I would be a sunflower because they look pretty.
A daisy because my grandma's dog was named Daisy. I'd be a tulip because it's my grandma's favorite flower.
I would be a cactus because then I wouldn't have to drink much water.
I would be a cactus too, so then no one would touch me because I'm so prickly.
I would be a lily because I wouldn't change that much because that's my name.
How do plants grow?
How do plants grow? Well, they have all those leaves that have to get fed somehow, roots that need to grow, seeds that need to be made, and I heard they make their food out of sunlight and air. I could stand outside in the sun and air all day long and all I'd get is hungry. Not to mention a warm head, feeling like a cactus on a hot summer day, brain starting to overload. Ah! You're gonna make my head explode. I'm pretty sure you won't make this guy's head explode. He knows all about plants and how they grow. Please welcome Dr. Adam Brown. Hi, Adam.
Hey, Harrison, good to see you again.
I see you've brought a friend with you.
Yeah, I brought a little plant with me. He doesn't speak, but he's got a lot to say.
So Gwen's question has got me stumped.
Good one.
Get it? Yeah. So she was wondering, how do plants grow using sunlight and air?
Well, you know how we need to eat food in order to grow? Well, plants also need food in order to grow, but what's interesting about plants is that they can actually make their own food using, as you suggested, sunlight. So I'll turn on this bulb here to represent the sun, and as we know, there's a lot of energy in the rays from the sun. Well, plants can use the energy in those rays of light in order to turn that into food. It's a process called photosynthesis, which is basically just a big word that means making something out of light.
Then Adam told me something amazing. Most people think that wood is made from stuff that comes out of the ground. Surprise, a little bit of it is made from minerals, but most of the material in it comes from the air.
Pretty amazing, huh?
How does that work?
Well, the plants have holes in their leaves that allow them to suck carbon dioxide out of the air. And it's this carbon dioxide that they use to make photosynthesis and to turn it into food in order to grow. Another point that's very interesting is that this carbon dioxide is actually pollution. And so the plants are cleaning up the air by drawing the carbon dioxide out of the air. And if you think the carbon dioxide is bad for causing things like climate change, well, plants are doing us a great service by cleaning the air and drawing this carbon out.
Plants must be pretty smart to have figured that out. But what about this question from Gianluca?
Why do plants need water?
To answer your question, Gianluca, Adam asked me to fill a bowl with orange drink crystals and to pretend the crystals are like the earth in the ground, full of minerals that plants need to live. And these strips of paper will pretend to be our plant's roots. Hey, nothing's happening.
Let's add some water to our mineral soil and see what happens then.
Okay.
Let's try it again with our pretend roots and see what happens when we put them in now into the wet soil.
The minerals in water are moving up our paper roots.
So what's happened here is that the water has helped the minerals go up, so very much like what plants do when they draw water up from the soil using their roots, so that's how they get those essential nutrients that they need as well. So if you imagine sort of a typical mature maple tree like the ones that we have around here, that there may be hundreds of liters of water moving around on the inside of that tree on any given day.
That's like bathtubs full of water.
It's an awful lot.
Well, all this talk about plants and water has given me an idea for...
My Great Challenge!
Today, my challengers are Dante.
Yeah!
And Santino.
Yeah!
Okay, so Dante, you're gonna be Team Pine.
Yeah!
And Santino, you're gonna be Team Maple.
Yeah!
Okay, so your challenge today is to be like a tree and suck up as much water as you can. I found out that trees move bathtubs full of water every day to leaves and branches. So you'll have 2 minutes to use these siphon hoses and get the water from over here where the tubs are, all the way up to the leaves and branches of the tree. And the one who moves the most water will be the winner. Sound good?
Yeah.
Ready? And go!
Dante and Santino have to move that water up into the leaves by sucking it up and blowing it out of these hoses. A large tree has to move way more water than this every day by drawing it up out of the ground, through its roots, and moving it all the way to its leaves.
Looks like Dante's ahead right now. One minute left.
Dante and Santino only have one tube to pump up water, but a tree actually has millions of tiny tubes called xylem to do the job.
Looks pretty difficult. Santino's so close to getting a big dump of water there. Oh, there we go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, stop. And it looks like the winner is Dante.
Yeah!
Congratulations. So both of you get a prize, though. You get to keep the hats.
Yeah!
Are you gonna wear them all the time?
Of course, yeah.
Thanks for playing My Great Challenge.
Thank you. Thank you.
Seeing all that water get moved around got my creative juices flowing. So I thought of something for you to do. Something tree-like.
Uh-oh. Do try this at home.
Now it's time to adapt the way trees adapt. So say you're a tree and stand on your tippy toes like this. That's not too hard, is it? But what if you're in weak soil and there's a lot of wind? You have 5 seconds to figure out something you can do to prevent you from falling over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you think of something like this? Nice wide root system. Try it. You're way more stable this way. Trees can't walk or run away from trouble, so spreading out like this is exactly what they need to do. Clever trees. So we know of plants that avoid getting eaten and plants that spread their species far and wide by being eaten. But what about the eaters? Next question. This one's from Julia.
What does a fly trap look like?
The Flat Earth Corner!
Do you know what a fly trap looks like? Well, if you're a 19th century adventurer exploring the darkest corners of the world like me, then you know it's a man-eating plant, scarier than anything you can imagine. They're so big, they can eat a human in 7 minutes. And I've never seen one myself, but I've heard enough about them to know that they're as real as a Sasquatch. And those who know say it looks like, cover your eyes if you're squeamish about terrifying sights, this.
Deep in the jungle with the beetles and the bees, there stands the man-eating Yataveo tree. If you come across one, then you'd better heed my warning. Run away or you'll be eaten by Yataveo, yataveo, yataveo. Yataveo, yataveo tree. Julia, explorers from a long time ago saw Venus flytraps, just like this one, in the wilds of North America, eating insects. They also saw plants in the South Pacific that could digest rats that fell into them. So they were probably a little nervous exploring the jungle. And when the people who lived there told them stories about man-eating plants, they believed them. This Venus flytrap really can eat living creatures, but only really small ones. It's adapted to eat insects because the soil it lives in doesn't have enough nutrients. It works like this. Let's say this pencil is a fly. Poor old Mr. Flytrap hasn't eaten in a while. He's very hungry.
Feed me, feed me.
When the fly here lands in the fly trap, it touches those long hairs, which tells the fly trap that there's something there. So what does he do? He closes his leaves so he can digest his dinner. If only I had a real fly. Hey, how about you? Yeah, you! Would you like to demonstrate how this fly trap works? Hey, come back! Don't you want to be on a TV show?
Does it help my plant to grow if I talk to it? Hey plant, are you feeling okay?
I wonder if I talk to this Venus flytrap if it will grow big.
Hey there, little guy.
Wait, are you sure you want to do this with the flesh-eating plant?
Yeah, maybe not. I'd rather not be eaten. Maybe I'll try something friendlier, like this orange tree.
That might be safer.
Then I can eat that instead of it eating me. Let's see. If I talk to you, I wonder if he'll grow. So it's like 22 centimeters right now. So let's see if I talk to it, though. Hey there, orange tree. How's it going? Yeah, I know. You're always doing good, because you're my favorite orange tree. And if I talk to you long enough, I'm sure you'll grow, right? Grow, 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 grow. That should do it. Let's see here.
Well, let's see then. Did it grow?
It's the same.
Well, it's not that surprising, really. I mean, we didn't run the experiment for that long.
I guess.
To say, for example, if you were to talk to your plant every single day, there are a lot of studies that suggest that that could possibly help your plant grow. The only thing is we don't know exactly why it would help. We do know that your breath has carbon dioxide in it, and we already know that that's necessary for photosynthesis, so it could help the plant do more photosynthesis, but it could just be something related to the vibration of the air molecules from your voice. It could be perhaps you have some nice smelling breath, or that you're just a good conversationalist.
Well, thanks for being on my show. It's good having a conversation with you.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.
Now, as for you, I wonder if I'm wasting my breath talking to you. Which brings me back to the question that got this show growing.
Do plants think?
The big answer is... no! Plants do react to things happening around them, but they don't have a brain. Plants can't decide to go inside when it's cold out.
Ah, it's so cold and snowy outside.
And they can't turn on a fan when it's hot either. And they can't run away from things that want to eat them either. Plants survive by evolving ways of coping, and they pass their genes onto their children. Plants that don't adapt die off. So even if I tell you you're the best Venus flytrap in the whole world, it might not make you grow or do anything else because you can't hear me and you don't have a brain. Too bad, because we could be really good friends. It's got my nose! Somebody help! Just kidding. Thanks for watching Finding Stuff Out.
Feed me!
Did anybody else hear that? Huh. Hi, and welcome to Finding Stuff Out. I've been thinking about this globe lately because of a question from Kobe.
Why is the world so important?
Yeah, why is the world so important? Couldn't we and all the other creatures on Earth just get in a spaceship and go to another planet? Or a space station? Or something? I don't know if the Earth is really important, but by the end of the episode, I'll find out. Here's a question from Marion.
Why do polar bears don't live here?
Before I answer your question, Marion, I did some research, and here's a song that kind of sums it all up.
habitat, that's where creatures living at. Some in the water, some in the trees, some in the desert, some in your cheese. Food and water, shelter, space, that's what you need to live in a place. Yeah, food and water, shelter, space, that's what you need to live in a place.
Habitat. A creature's living at a habitat. A creature's living at a habitat. And many other things, a habitat.
Well, Marion, I guess you don't live in northern Ontario, or other northern parts of Canada, or Russia, or Norway, or Alaska, or Greenland, because polar bears definitely live there.
But I checked, and if brown bears live near you, then you could say the polar bear's cousins live near you. That's because polar bears and brown bears share a common ancestor. Just like if you have a cousin, you and your cousins have the same grandparents.
A really long time ago, polar bears' ancestors left the south, like where you live, Marion. Then, as they moved to the north, they adapted to the Arctic habitat.
The Arctic is very cold and has a lot of ice and water, so polar bears have a lot of body fat and heavy fur coats to keep them warm. They also have big feet, like paddles, to help them get around in the water and on the ice. Their fur is transparent. That means it's clear, so that they can blend in with the snow and ice and sneak up on their favorite food, seals.
In the cities and towns where most of us live, our habitat, polar bears wouldn't be able to find the things they need to live.
Please, anyone, where's a good seal restaurant?
Plus, it's too warm.
Ooh, lucky me.
Why can't penguins fly?
Well, Serena, for starters, a polar bear lives up here in the northern hemisphere. So if a penguin lived up here, he would have to learn to fly, or he'd be eaten by the polar bears.
You look really tasty there, Mr. Penguin.
Luckily for Mr. Penguin, he lives down here in the southern hemisphere.
You can't get me now.
Oh!
Penguins can't fly because they're too heavy, but in their habitat, that's actually an advantage. Their body fat protects them from the cold, and their bones are solid instead of hollow, which helps them stay underwater. Their wings act like giant flippers to help them swim fast so they can sneak up on their favorite food, fish.
Now here's a question from Aiden.
How many habitats are in the world?
How many habitats are in the world? Let's see, there's mountains, marshes, tidal pools, deserts, prairies, rainforests, and that's just some of them. There's even this grilled cheese sandwich, which I found in my drawer, and there's definitely something living on that. Hundreds of thousands of plants, 8 million species of animals, 7 continents, thousands of islands, air, water, land, head getting warm, brain overloading!
You're gonna make my head explode!
To answer your question, Aiden, I've come to this special place by the ocean, full of amazing creatures. And to help show me around is my special guest, Allison Roberts, who's a biologist and naturalist. So, Allie, today I'm trying to find the answer to the mind-boggling question, how many habitats are there? But first, what is a habitat?
Well, a habitat is basically anything a creature needs to survive. So it's the shelter, the space, the water. It can be tiny, like you'd need a microscope to see it. Or it can be gigantic, like the whole entire planet could be one habitat.
Whoa.
But you know what, today let's talk about kind of in between.
Okay.
Let's talk about the intertidal zone.
Intertidal zone? What's that?
Well, we're standing right in the middle of it.
Whoa.
Inter means between, and tidal, between the tides.
Right.
So you need a place that's between the high tide, which would be way up there, and the lowest tide, way down there.
How many creatures are living here?
Well, there's tons of creatures living here, but they have to be pretty special creatures to survive.
A sand dollar. Too bad I can't spend it. Seaweed. People eat this stuff all the time.
Check out all these hermit crabs.
Whoa, there's tons. Oh, and look at the little small one.
Hermit crabs are pretty weird because they have a really soft shell, and so they have to find another shell to give them a home. Like this is a snail, but when that snail dies and the shell is left on the beach, another animal, the hermit crab, will move in. In the tide pool, even fish can survive.
Oh, weird.
But check out what this fish hides in.
Whoa, it's the same color as the seaweed.
Yeah, look at how many creatures there are in this tiny little space.
Yeah.
Millions of creatures in the intertidal zone.
Allison brought me to a habitat right next to the intertidal zone, the forest.
So this habitat has everything that other animals need to survive, right?
Again, the forest is filled with millions of creatures that this is perfect habitat for.
So like these leaves or the twigs or the dirt or the trees or anything in this forest could be a habitat for a creature or an animal, right?
Yeah, everything's a habitat, but then all combined, it's also one habitat.
So it's like a habitat inside of a habitat, inside of a bigger habitat, inside of a bigger habitat, inside of a bigger habitat. Okay, I'm gonna stop before my head explodes here. Whoa, look at the shell. I should take it home.
Oh, but you have to remember, that shell is somebody's habitat.
Right, so I should leave it here.
Yeah, pretty much everywhere we go, some creatures, that's their habitat. So we have to respect each other's habitats.
And treat it like it's our own.
Exactly. Would you want somebody to pick up your house and walk away with it?
No. Well, thanks for helping me find stuff out and for showing me all these cool habitats.
No problem. Thanks for coming out and hanging out in my office.
Street Smarts. Now I'm here with these guys to ask them if they could be any animal in any habitat, what would it be?
Fish in the ocean. Cat in the volcano. A shark in the ocean. Lice in somebody's hair. A rabbit in the forest. A snake on a beehive. A pterodactyl living in a tree.
Whoa! What does it look like? And I personally would be a copycat, living in a photocopier, because then I can photocopy everybody's photocopies.
That was a good one.
Some habitats can be very challenging. So today, I'm making some challenging environments in My Great Challenge. Welcome to My Great Challenge. Today, my great challengers are Kaylee, Nico, Jeremy, and Alana. So you two will be Team Polar Bear and you two will be Team Zebra. Have you ever gone to the Arctic?
No.
Well, today, you're going on a trip there, as well as to African savanna and an ocean tide pool. There are 5 spots for each habitat. You have to put a different animal on each spot in the habitat you think it belongs in. So you guys will have 2 minutes to complete this challenge. Team Zebra, you'll be first. Team Polar Bear, you guys can go downstairs and have some broccoli with my mom. Here are the animals that you can use. You have 2 minutes, starting now. Go!
I think this goes in the African jungle. I'm not sure, that looks like a sea monster. I think this goes here. Tiger fell. Looks like a polar bear. Does the rabbit go anywhere? The rabbit's cute. Why is there dinosaurs here? This goes in the African jungle. Goes. Kangaroo goes there too. Ew, it's sticky.
Is this an
otter? Otter.
Is this a wiener dog?
Yeah, I like wiener dog. Hey, this goes over there, I think. Yeah.
I'm not sure about this red fox if it goes in the Arctic.
I don't know, maybe. Sea monster. Did the bees go anywhere? They're nesting you. I don't know, but I
just
think
put this bunny here.
Okay, time's up. So here are your results. In the Arctic, you put 2 seals, but I asked for a different animal for each habitat. You could have put the other seal in the tide pool. They can live in both habitats. So that's 1 point gone, so you have 4 there. African savanna, there's no kangaroos there.
Silly
They live in Australia.
Yeah. In the ocean tide pool, there are no whales in the ocean tide pool. And also, there are 3 bees here because each bee can live in all these habitats.
I didn't want to put a bee. I don't like bees.
Okay, well now it's Team Polar Bear's turn. So you have 2 minutes, starting now.
No, wait. The starfish. There. Yeah, that's kind of obvious.
Put that there.
This probably goes in the savanna.
Yep.
Go.
What about this?
That?
It probably goes.
No, I think. Well, yeah, probably.
Savannah?
Yes, savanna. This might go in the savanna.
No.
We have some disagreement here on one of the animals.
Savannah?
Yes.
polar bear in the Arctic.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can put. What about the otter? That goes here.
Okay, whatever.
Otter with a fish in his hand.
Using some logic.
I think this goes in the savannah because when I did my presentation, he said this goes in the savannah. Okay.
Last few seconds.
Savannah. I think this might go in the Arctic because it's white.
5 seconds.
Put this there. Put this there.
3, 2, and time's up. So you guys had 3 wrong. Let's see how Team Polar Bear did. We have 2 right in the Arctic, but they didn't fill the other 3. The kangaroo in the savannah, same thing as Team Zebra. It's not right. And the whale in the tide pool, that's also wrong. It's too big to live in the tide pool. They also got that one wrong. So you guys have 3, 4, 5 wrong. So Team Zebra is our winner.
Yeah!
Well, thanks for playing my great challenge.
You're welcome.
Why don't dolphins live on land?
I checked, and what I found out is pretty amazing. At one time, dolphins, or at least their ancestors, did live on land.
Some scientists think that certain fish got very ambitious and learned to adapt to a habitat that included land. They evolved legs and lungs so that they could live on land as easily as in the water. Scientists think that those creatures evolved into other creatures that like to eat meat. It made an interesting adaptation to its habitat. It discovered that hiding under the water where other animals came to drink was a good way to get a meal. While they were down there waiting, the creatures discovered something else tasty to eat there. Fish! Yum, yum. Over thousands and thousands of years, the creatures evolved to be even faster in the water, and eventually their feet turned into flippers, and some scientists think they evolved into the dolphins we know and love today. With their flippers, dolphins can't walk on land like their ancestors could, even though they still need to breathe air like we do. Excuse me, see you at the beach.
Here's a question from Patrick.
Who killed the dinosaurs? A meteorite or a volcano?
Very interesting question. One day, while they were out for a walk,
oh, this habitat is great. There's lots of room and shelter. Have you tried the vegetation?
I have. It's very delicious, and the water is good too.
Harold, is that your stomach rumbling? You really shouldn't eat so fast.
No, it was not me.
And what is that low rumbling sound? Oh, it's a volcano! Run! Run for it!
was it a volcano or was it a meteorite? To find out the answer, I've invited a special guest. He knows about extinction events and even where the dinosaurs went. Please welcome Dr. Hans Larson. Hi, Dr. Larson. Whoa, ferns. Patrick was wondering if volcanoes or meteorites killed the dinosaurs, and you brought ferns. This is getting pretty weird.
A little like you.
So, Dr. Larson, you're not saying that the plants killed the dinosaurs, are you?
Well, the plants didn't kill the dinosaurs directly, but something killed the plants. For some hundred thousands of years before the dinosaurs went extinct, there was a supervolcano erupting in India. Like ginormous in size, lots and lots of eruptions going on.
So I guess the volcano spewed out a ton of ash and that covered the sky, right?
Well, and this was a supervolcano, like probably covering the sky for the whole planet.
Wow.
And that may have kind of primed or got things ready for an extinction by sort of cooling down the planet, making it a little bit dimmer. But then exactly 65.5 million years ago, a meteor the size of a large city crashed into the Yucatan Peninsula just off the shore of Mexico, made a crater 180 kilometers wide and about 80 kilometers deep.
So there's probably like smoke everywhere and everything?
Yeah, smoke, heat, earthquakes, shock waves all across the planet. And then it also lifted up everything into the sky. And so blocking out the light.
So there's no sun?
No sun.
But can't they just eat in the dark? Because the power went out at my house once and we still did that.
Yeah, but how many days?
Just for one.
Right, and so with this kind of stuff going on 65.5 million years ago, it probably lasted for many years, maybe 10,000 years of very little sunlight. So all the plants were decaying and molding and rotting. So these guys, you can throw them away.
Plants, yeah, get rid of all the plants.
So after a few years of that, maybe even just a few weeks, all these guys, all the herbivores died, finished.
They're done.
Out.
And what about the carnivores? They could just eat each other, right?
Well, they could eat these guys too. They
That's
probably
true.
ate them for a little bit.
Right.
And after some months or maybe a couple of years of eating the carcasses, bloating, rotting carcasses of other dinosaurs, they probably fed on themselves too.
Right.
And then they went. So eventually we can put them all in the garbage.
So that's how the dinosaurs went then.
Probably.
I hope a meteor isn't coming for us.
Well, the next one's scheduled to be here in 14 million years.
14 million years, so I think we're safe.
For now.
Okay, thanks for being on my show.
My pleasure.
Thinking about dinosaur habitats gives me an idea for...
Uh-oh. Do try this at home.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Not too hot, not too cold? Enough food, shelter, water, space? Cause it's time to play How's Your Habitat? Today, your challenge is to figure out what we humans need in our habitat to survive. So let's get right to it. Here's your first clue. If you said water, you're right. You can reward yourself with a nice cold glass of drinking water. But don't, because if you do, you'll miss my next question. It's got you surrounded, but you can walk right through it. What is it? Are you ready? Because if you guessed air, you're right. We breathe oxygen, and unlike most fish, we get ours from the air. Okay, next question. You can't choose not to have this one in your habitat if you want to survive for long. I'd give you a bigger clue, but it's not polite to talk with your mouth full. Get it? The answer is food! This one's got my name written all over it. Next question. It's something that lets you do this. If you guessed having itchy powder in your pants, you're wrong. Although itchy powder would make you flap around like that. But nobody needs itchy powder in their habitat. If you can do what I just did without bashing into anyone, you've got space! Okay, last question. Even if you're living under a rock, you have this. And no, I don't mean 6 legs. Unless you're a beetle, then you do need them. I'm talking about shelter! Yeah! That's a roof over your head. A place that keeps the wind, rain, and snow off of you and keeps you from getting too hot or too cold. And now, here's a question from Rivian.
Why do people pollute the earth when it isn't good for the earth?
Well, Rivian, your question takes me to... the Flat Earth Corner! Step right up, folks. Take everything you need. Why, this world is so big, we can't possibly use everything up. And don't worry about the forest. There's so much land out there, the animals can find someplace else to live. Chocolate! Bye, bye, bye! Bye-bye. For most of the time people have been on Earth, we thought there were no limits.
We thought we could take as much as we wanted from the Earth and just throw things away. In the past, there weren't nearly as many people as there are now, so we could get away with it.
We kind of polluted the Earth because it was easier than not polluting it. Sort of like the way it's easier to not clean your bedroom until you can't find anything you're looking for. Before, we didn't know any better, but now we realize that we can't keep doing that. Which leads me back to the question that began this trip.
Why is the world so important?
The Earth has the habitats that provide all the different basic needs of people, plants, and animals. Water, sunlight, food, space, and shelter.
We don't know one other place in the universe that does that. Plus, we're already here. How lucky is that? Wow, Earth. Now I know why you're so important to us. Thanks for watching Finding Stuff Out. See you next time. I'm gonna take good care of you. Ooh, that was a close one.